Everyone, good morning. So this is the first time that I'm taking this live session, and let's see that how we're gonna work on this session. Let me get a jump on if you can hear me well. I am here, guys, and that is live. Let me know if you can see the live stream. If it is there, then just you know okay, so I guess it is live if you are watching this, and yeah, cool things are there. So let's just have things like go into the editor and go into the starting soon and this page. Okay, so good morning, Rachit. So today we are here to understand that how Node.js works. So first of all, we have to understand that what is Node.js and what is JavaScript. So JavaScript is basically, earlier we used to know that it is a kind of a scripting language, and scripting language are the things that are dependent on other languages. So we only work on through HTML, CSS, and then JS. So it's a kind of a front-end technology. More on the time. I can see Tanishq also join, Amit also join. Thank you, Amit. Present, yeah, I love this way. So mostly those who are available here and putting things on the chat, they must have known me. And people are joining mostly from India. So we all know that they're gonna join after a while, because it's a convention here, right? Perfect. So because it's a live session, so people will get connected and disconnected frequently, so that is why I'll more on the time I gonna repeat myself that what we're going to cover here. So yes, so let's just understand that what is JavaScript first. So JavaScript, earlier that that is it is using through HTML, and that can apply onto the web browser, right? So JavaScript is usually called as brain of the website. So let's start with the website. That what is a website? Website is just collection of web pages. And what is a web pages? Web pages is something which is a kind of a document of any browser. So for every browser you have a document that is called what should we call that? Any guesses from this audience? So yeah, I can see that. So the HTML is the document of the browser. So in HTML we can code and we can develop the web pages, and the collection of web pages is basically collectively called as website. So that can be a website. And nowadays we generally create single page applications. So that is SPA that we usually say this. And you must have heard a lot of words. I gonna put things on chat that Mern, Mean, and Sean. Anyone here that can tell me that what are those, and how we basically what are the core language in this throughout stack development? So anyone want to answer can come ahead and can answer. I just can want to tell you that in the MERN, MEAN, SEAM, these all are related to JavaScript, right? So anyone would like to comment out the full form, or want to say anything on this, can put things on the chat, and getting the correct answer, I love to see those answer into the chat box. So I am keeping one eye onto the chat box and keeping one onto my camera. So Amit got it right for the MERN stack, that is Mongo, yes, Express, yes, React, and Node. Rachit got it right that everything is into JavaScript, everything is wrapped into in JavaScript. So I'm getting good answers from Tanishq as well, and yes, Gaurav Sharma, good answers. Okay, great. So there is a live session, so there can be a latency or lack of internet, so that the communication is not that good. But yes, you are getting good answers very quickly, so I'm loving this, right? So yes, starting with the MERN is actually Mongo, Express, React, and Node. Okay, so these all things are coming through JavaScript. Similarly, the MEAN, which is called mean stack, that is Mongo, of course, Express, Angular, and Node.js. Perfect, Amit, very good. Let's come to Sean Stack. Who gonna answer this? If you can answer this, then it is a good way that you now know that what are the things coming into the market. So anyone here gonna tell that what is this Sean Stack, SEAN? I'm just give you one hint, and that is N stand for Node.js for sure. Right. And so anyone want to just put the answer about the Sean Stack? So if there is no answer, let me coming up with the answer. I know that someone is going to Google, someone is going to just remembering that. Just let me answer before Shubham is going to answer this. But don't worry, let me clear it out. This is the Salesforce. Yes, Salesforce, Express, Angular, and Node. Similarly, we can go of SERN, Salesforce, Express, React, and Node. Right. So this is also one of the popular stack development here. Just let me know into the comment, guys, that because it's the first time that I'm going to live, just let me know whether the audio quality is good or bad. If it is not coming good, I have to connect this microphone. I'm not sure that this microphone is working or not. So just give me a thumbs up if the audio is okay, and if it is not at all okay, then just you can raise the concern so that I can fix the setup. Correct. Okay, any answers into the chat box? People are watching. That's so nice. SQL Express, Tanishk is saying it's good. SQL Express, Angular, Node. No, Amit, it's Salesforce. Okay, but by the way, good try. SQL cannot be done because parallelly the Mongo is something which is Mongo is something which is no SQL, so we cannot do SQL and no SQL both together, right? So in the Node we gonna use multiple things. So in the MERN stack, if we talk about MERN stack, that is Mongo, Express, React, and Node. And in this stack, the R is only for the front end, which is React, and the Mongo, Express, and Node. Three things are there for the backend. Correct. So majorly what is the front end and back end. Whenever we are creating an application, there are two ends. One thing is visible to everyone for the user body, that is the front end, and there is something, a business logic going on at the back end, which is at the server side, which is not on your client machine. You request to the server, you get the response, and you can then show things onto the front end. So today we're gonna discuss about the Node.js, and in this Node.js we mostly focus on that how to create servers, how to create APIs, how to create basic things around Node.js. So as I already said that it is Node.js for beginners, and believe me, I know that what kind of this statements mean that. So beginners are actually the beginners. Correct. So I'll start with the very scratch thing that I know that a lot of people are already get their hands dirty on this technology, but most of them are not. So you must aware of everything. So I'll start with the very initial things. So let's just do it and get started on the Node.js learning, I would say. Okay, so this is my comment. Okay, and now just jump on to the live scene and let me know when the screen is changed, and I would have this like Node.js. Yes. So for those who don't know what is Node.js, just can Node.js is a kind of a it's an engine. So earlier onto the browser, the JavaScript was running through the JS engine that is provided through the browsers. So let's suppose if you take an example of Internet Explorer, there is a JS engine that is Chakra. Similarly, on the Google Chrome, there is a Chrome V8 engine that really execute the what do you say that really execute the JavaScript onto the browser, right? So what Google has done, like what Node.js has done, that they just extracted that Chrome V8 engine out of the browser, and now they can run the JavaScript independently. So now that is not dependent language, it can get run independently on a platform. So we can work as a server-side language also, correct? So if this is running onto the backend, then there is no other way to say that JavaScript is only a front-end language. So nowadays it's working for a full stack. We can work on the front end, back end, everywhere. Like we can write scripts in the DevOps, in the testing. So JavaScript is everywhere now, right? So there should be for every kind of developer, not just the straightforward front-end developers or back-end developer. Even though if you're working on the .NET, even though you're working on the Java, Salesforce, anything else, there should always be a base knowledge of this Node.js, because I would not say Node.js, it's just a JS, it's just a JavaScript, and so there should be a knowledge of JavaScript that will always enhance your comfort zone while writing anything. Like for the smaller task or atomic task, you will get to know that JavaScript is very useful to work on. So those who has already downloaded this Node.js, congratulations. And if you haven't, then you can go to nodejs.org and then you can download this the LTS version or the current version. I would recommend you to download this LTS version, and if you are a learner, you can do anything. You can go into the current, because you have not, if you don't want to release anything for the client environment or the production, then you can work on the current things. So because you'll get to have the latest things that can be unstable a bit, but yes, for your learning, it's good to have work on the latest things. I would like to have comments from you guys that what kind of which node version you are working on, and by what we can get to know that what is the node version, what current node version that we have. Once you download this, because I have already downloaded this onto my system, it is very easy task. You just go here and download it, and this, if you tab this, there will be options. If you have a Mac, of course I have a Mac, so I'll get it downloaded on my Mac. If you want to download it onto Windows, that can also be downloaded. No need to set up any environment variable much on that, so you can just directly do this. So once you have done this, then you can go to this Visual Studio Code. That is here onto my screen. I've already have this window. I know that is very low into the resolution, but I can zoom it for you. I've already created a folder that is a shopping practice folder. Here you can see, correct? And I can do one thing. I can go here, so I can find one terminal, and there once I set up this node, I'll write one command, that is node-v, and that will tell me which node version that I'm using. Of course, that can be the primitive one, the older one, but yes, whenever you download from there, it will be the latest. I can update my node version, that is okay, but because of some of the project that is already running on my system, that can be like not supporting the backward compatibility. That is how I'm not just updating it, but you guys can work on the latest. And in today's session, there is nothing that we're gonna have to support the backward compatibility, so you can go on to the top version of the node. That is completely okay for you guys. Okay, now this is the way that we get to know that node version. And now what is node? Node is nothing, just it is just telling you that you are having a JS engine, and the engine name is very simple, that is Chrome V8 engine. So that engine is running your JavaScript independently. No need to deploy this deploy this onto HTML and somewhere. So you can directly run JavaScript now. So let's take an example here. Let's suppose if I touch app.js file, it is created into it, and most of you will not see this working, because this touch command can work on the Mac system, or let's suppose Ubuntu and Linux based system, but those who have Windows can create manually, and there must be some command that I don't remember for now, but yes, you can right click and create a folder or file here. I agree that I have to zoom it, and let's just zoom it enough so that you guys can view this. And now I guess it is visible enough. Yes, I guess it is visible enough. Okay. So I'm using Command K to clean this terminal from here, and in the Windows I guess there should be Control L so that you can clear the terminal. And in the app.js, if I gonna write console.log, and here, hello, I am learning Node today, correct. So if I do this and save it, and now I have to run this JavaScript file. I created a app.js file. So console.log, what does it do? So this screen, the terminal screen, can be a console screen for you. So there you have to log some message. So I've just put the string into the console log method, which is already inbuilt API into the JavaScript. And if I want to execute it, I have to write app node space app.js. And now you can see that hello, I'm learning Node today. And this is the first time, if you are working on the Node.js, you just get to know that JavaScript is running without HTML. So this is the first milestone that you have achieved, that the JavaScript is working without HTML, not onto the browser, can directly run onto the console or terminal. So this is one of the way you can see. And then you can do any operations as well. You can have some variable a equals to 5. Not this way. I'm really sorry, I'm bad at writing things, and sorry, and it should be a equals to 5 and b equals to 6. See the speed of coding, I'm very bad, but it's okay. I'm not complaining it. Let's say sum, correct, equals to colon a plus, it's not colon, it's comma. Okay, so if I do this and save it and rerun this app.js, you can see that sum equals to 11. Hello, I am learning Node today. So it is correct that we are writing some code and we are executing it onto the console. So that is how we get to know that JavaScript is running. So this is the very starting of the node, that we can see that it is working. I'm just cleaning my terminal again by tapping Command K, or for the Windows Control L. Those who are joining new, just can tell me into the chat window, are how many of you are here that join new, and let's see that what we have to do for them, because every time that we put a live session, the people join and disconnect it very frequently, so that can go one by one. I tell you one thing, that is node -v, that in that way you will know that there is a node version, that is 16.14.0, and similarly I can have the version of npm, that is node package manager. So there are a lot of node packages available already, built things that are available into the background, so you can just install or set up those things through npm. That is a node package manager. So once you download the node, you will already get this npm downloaded into your system or like set up into your system, and this command can anyway run into throughout the system. So you can run this npm-v, and that will show you the latest whatever the version of npm that you are having. And the full form is very simple, which is node package manager. And what are the packages and which packages are they managing? So let's just go and deep dive into it. So in that note, we have to put let's just set up the node environment first. So for that, I used to write npm, that is node package manager, initialize. And for npm initialize, we used to have this command npm init. So in npm init, if I tap this if I run this command, it will ask me a lot of questions, and let's see that how good we are to answer these questions. And if you guys can answer these questions for me, then please go ahead. The chat window is open. Shubham Gupta, after a long time, is there. That is npm init -y. So for Chirag, I would say that if I put a -y, it will automatically take the default answers for this. But if I want to manually insert my things, although I can add these things into the package.json, but yeah, at the right of the beginning, if I would like to add the parameters manually, building things manually, then for sure I have to just write npm init and I have to answer manually. So there is a package name, that is shopping practice, that I've created the folder name. So should I go ahead with this? Yes. So let me have the same package name, that is shopping practice. And the version, they are saying I can manually type if I want to add this, and I don't want to add this, so I just wrote that's a default one, shopping package. The version is 1.0.0. So of course, whenever we are building things, so if we haven't yet released anything, so it should be the default, and that can be 1.0.0. So this versioning system is also very important for us. The 1.0.0, these 3 digits are very important. So let me explain you one by one. So the third one, this thing, if you just can see this thing is the bug fixes. This is for the bug fixes, that you have released something and you have just fixed some bugs. So if you go into your Play Store, and those who are iPhone can go into the App Store, you can see that if you go and update, there is something related bug fixes and more improvement and something like that over there. So they are very frequently they are fixing their bugs, because these applications are live and they are getting feedbacks from the users, or like they are getting issues at the production. So those kind of issues that can be fixed by a patch, or like a very patch release, that can come into the bug fixes. And when then only we increase this third parameter, that is for the bug fixes. So this is the versioning system. The third parameter is for the bug fixes. So how many patch releases we updated on this. The second part is if we added a new feature. So let's suppose the Apple having iOS, and if they have iOS 17, then the iOS 17 is it's a version, but in that if they added a new feature within that iOS 17, so they'll get this updated 17.1, 17.2, 17.3, 17.4. So by every feature they just increase this number. So this is for the feature specific. The second parameter is very feature specific thing. Okay, so third thing is for the bug fixes, and second thing, the middle parameter, is for the feature specific. What is the first parameter? First parameter is of course a breakthrough changes. Like by default, what should be the version of any application? It should be 0.0.0, and creating an application is a breakthrough thing, of course, so that we can go like 1.0.0. And if we have a massive change into the the application, then we can go into the 2.0.0. So if we follow the iOS or Android or anything else, they have a breakthrough changes throughout the operating system is somewhere changed. So then they increase this first parameter, which is a breakthrough changes. So for now we are just having this 1.0.0, just tapping here, and there is some description. So there is some backend for the shopping cart application, I would say, and whatever description that you guys want to add here, right? So if you use that npm init -y, that will not give this description. That will have a default description or an empty description, of course. And I enter this, and what should be the entry point of your application? So if you are default doing that can be the index.js. But now you can see that we have created the app.js, so it's suggesting us to have this app.js, that you can use this app.js. Yes, of course we want to have this app.js, so I'm just selecting it. And next thing, that is the test command. If you want to add some test commands that you want to do, for now I don't want anything, so I'm just putting it. Now this is the important thing. Whenever you are creating anything that is useful, and you should have this code base onto the Git repository. At least it can be Git, it can be SVN or anything. I would say this generalized word should be source code management. Yes, SCM, that should be an SCM. So the Git repository, you must every time update your source code onto the Git repository. I can explain more on this, but yeah, we'll have a different video for explaining the Git things. Correct. Let me know into the comments if you want to get a video on this Git repository setup, how to do things, how to push code onto the SCM, how to get this, how to update this code, how to work with the multiple developers. If you're really very interested, let me know into the comments. If I get 10-15 comments interesting on this, and then surely we'll have a session onto the Git repository. And let's say nothing for now. There should be some keywords, so you can add like shopping cart products, correct, and whatever keywords are important for your application, you can add this here. Author name, for now let me take the honor, of course. Let me write Shubham Gupta, so that can also, the license, the ISC license is very open source. If you want to have different licenses which are actually paid, that can also be imported here and can apply it. And so it is just created a JSON package.json for us. These things, it is saying us to check that it is okay or not. I'm just saying this okay, and now you can see into the left panel that a package JSON is actually created over there. Let's just see this package JSON, what are the things available here. And we can see the name of the application is shopping practice, as we given. The version, description, the main thing, that the entry point of our application should be the app.js. There can be script, so there can be a test script if you want to write anything that we can run. So we can do this. I'll let you know that how to run this scripts or things. There are some keywords that we added: shopping cart products. We can add endless things that we want to introduce on our application, which are based on author's license. I guess every single line of this code are clear with you guys, because we manually given these things. These are there, correct, guys. So this is the package.json. Why this package JSON is created? This is this is the metadata of our application, that what we gonna use in the application, right? So I'll tell you one thing, that whenever we want to have any package from the node library, so we used to use this node package manager. We install this, and the entry will get updated here into this package JSON. There will be one key that will be dependency, and that entry will get updated, and parallelly the node modules will get downloaded. So everything that you are using, this package.json will let you know that these all are things available for you to use into your application. So whenever you just install any package or uninstall anything, and you want to know that whether it is done or not, you just go into the package JSON and see the entry. If it is there, then of course it is installed. If it is not there, it is not updated yet. So just making sure everything, just have a frequent look onto the package JSON, which is very important file for your application. Correct. So this is another thing, and let's just quickly start with the node thing. So before I would say that saying this thing, it's I want to run this again, node app.js. You can see again the sum equals to 11, and hello, I'm learning node today is printed. So if you want to re-execute it, so you can see that I have to just do it again. We can do one thing also, that we can just get rid of this .js thing. So the node is by default running a JavaScript file. So if you just put node app, that will also execute things for you guys. All right. This is one of the things. Let me know into the comments if you guys already know this, and if this is new for you. Yeah, just share your experience. That yeah, correct. So let's just start with the things, that how to create a backend server. Actually, for that we have to create this. Let's suppose in the const http equals to require. So there is a package into the nodejs, that is http, and through http we can create a server. Correct. And let's just see that how to create a server, and see it's running, that how it's running out there. So const let's just create a port number where we want to run this. That can be, let's suppose 5000. So there is a local port is available, that where we can run our local host. So we are creating our local host where we can actually run our application. So let's just see, and let's create const server equals to http dot create server. Yes, it can create a server, and this create server is having a thing, that is request and response. Correct. And we can just console.log what should I say, request dot what do you say, URL? Yes, URL. Let's see. And we have to write the server.listen. I know that you guys are not at all getting that what's going on here, but believe me, after a minute or two we'll get connected again. We'll be on the same page, that how things are working here. Correct. So this small code will help us to run things onto the server. Sorry, let's me do. I'll now just try this node app, just put enter. And let's just go here onto the browser and just run this localhost, and that should be 1 2 3 4 5000. And let's see that what's going on here. So you can see that a slash is printed here, and if I do my path and press enter, you can see that my path is printed here. So the server is running and consoling us the request.url. So this is how we actually created the server. And we have to, if you want to print something onto this browser, we have to do one thing, that is that we can do response.write, right? Response.write, and we can write HTML into it. So like this way, this is from the node server, correct guys? I'm bad at spellings, but I'm trying it to my best. So I'm just saving this and just closing it, this server. That can be doable from Control C. The server was running, you can see that now it is white, and I'm running this node app again, and now you can see the server is onto any path it is putting. This is from the node server, but the thing is it is keep on loading because we send the request but we didn't end the response. And if you want to stop this loading after loading something, we can do one thing, that is response.end, and call this method. So response will get ended there. Control save, and after control save also you can see it's keep on loading because we haven't closed the server and restarted again. So I'm just doing command case to clean it, and node app to rerun the server. I'm just tapping it, and now if you press enter, you can see that it is giving us the paths, but this is now not loading because the response is ended. Get these things. So we have to just remember one thing, that we want this inbuilt API to use, that is HTTP, and we can get this HTTP constant can have a port that is 5000. Then out of this HTTP we can use a method that is create server, and that create server is a method which takes a method as a parameter. So in this method you can see that there's a method you have written, and that is as a parameter passing into the create server. So those who don't know about this arrow functions, we can write into the primitive way, that we can write like earlier things like this way as well. But I would recommend you to use this arrow functions, because if you don't know the arrow functions, there is a video, I'll attach the link into the comments. So go and watch that video so that you'll get to know that how to work with the arrow function, that are the latest thing that is provided from the ECMAScript now. And yes, and in this function you will have three things, not just two things. There will be more things like request, response, and one is the next. We can create the middlewares for through that, correct? So you can see that we just imported the HTTP package, and through that we are using the create server. The create server method actually get a parameter with a new method, and that parameter of course is having request and response. And what is request and response? So whenever you hit something from the browser, that is the request object, and that request object is holding a lot of things. Can be like request URL, what URL you are sending, and if you want to put any query parameters, that query parameters can be extracted from the request. If you want to get the payloads, if you are creating an API, that you can pass the payloads into that. that is also important. And in the response, whatever we want to write onto the document, and we want to send to the front end, so we can use this response thing and we can respond back to the front end. So this is the major use of request and response. We can use it and we can write into the documents. So any question you get into your mind, you can just put it here. I have to just check that whether I'm getting any comments or not. No comments. Any confusion, you can pop anytime, right? So I just check my video so that I can just get to know that there is a comment or not. Correct, guys. Okay, that's so nice. This is the primitive way to create the basically the node server. But you can see that if I want to change anything, then I have to do a change. Let's suppose node server updated, and just updating this thing, I have to save and click here and close the server and rerun the server again. So I would request you to answer that, is there any way to do it very easily? So I just write my code, and if I save, it should rerun things. So I have to refresh, and you can see things are updated here, right? Anyone want to answer that, which thing we can use just to tackle this thing that I don't want to again save and close the server and rerun the server? So it's a frequent thing for the development, right? So anyone would like to answer into the comment window? If can answer, that is very good. Otherwise I can answer, of course, because this is the session and we have to go ahead. I'm taking a countdown of 10, let's suppose, or let's suppose how much, taking a countdown of 5, 4. Oh, got the answer, Rachit. Rachit got it very quickly. And Rachit is the one who joined very in the beginning, and he's interacting very good. So yes, the perfect answer is nodemon. We have to install something which is from the node package manager. Let's just do it. Got one more answer from Gaurav. Correct, Gaurav, you are the genius again. And control C, and let's just do np. Let me clear this window, and Vaibhav Pandey is also there, nodemon. And I'm just congratulating you guys, because you guys are giving answers. I'm sure that there are people who are not knowing the backend, but yes, this is very good way that you are answering. And those who have worked into Node.js can answer this, but those who haven't worked on it, answering it's a big thing. I myself give a heart to you guys. I don't know, so I cannot do this. Okay. I have to do this from the browser, but it's okay. Consider this. Okay. So what I'm trying to do is, let's just npm install. I have to install a package which is already created there. Npm install, we can write install, and those who are lazy like me can just write this npm I, and that is enough, because I never write this npm install. Correct, I always do npm I, and I gonna use nodemon. So this nodemon will help you and keep on running the live server. So whenever I changes anything, it just update it onto the live server and render onto the browser. So that will reduce your development task very lightly, right? And there are two things to understand. Look at the nodemon. So nodemon, it's basically reducing your effort at the time of development only. Let's suppose you have run your application to the production. It is not keep on changing, correct? It is not keep on changing. It will get changed after a while once you import things and you update the version and this, and then at that time you should restart your server instead of keep on watching it live. So that will the other benefits. So at the development only, if you want to install this nodemon, if I just write this npm I nodemon, that will install for the development and the production as well. But I gonna save it for dev only. So I'll go space hyphen save. That can be a sub command, the save and hyphen dev. So just save this nodemon, just install this nodemon for the development purpose only. And how this node environment will get to know that this nodemon should install for the development only. Let's just see this, and I'm just putting any, and if anyone want to answer that how we know that it is installed for the development, not for the production or not for the generic dependency, so just let me know into the answer that if it is there or not. Guys, anyone want to answer? I'm waiting. Let me having a countdown of 5. So if you don't know, just tell me don't know. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, that's okay. So nobody knows. No, I'm the champion here, I guess. Okay, so let me tell you that how will we get to know that it is. We will go into the package JSON, which is the mystery thing. And now here, if I collapse it, here we can see the nodemon is installed, but that is installed into the dev dependencies, not the generic dependencies. That is installed into the dev dependency, and of course that will only work for the dev. While we are creating a production release, this nodemon will not be going into the package. And whenever we install any node package through any node package manager, any node module, you can see there are two more things. One is node modules and one is package log JSON. So whatever modules you are downloading, so the metadata for those packages are introduced into this package log JSON. So you can see that you have installed lot of things through this nodemon. So for all node modules there can be entry affiliated here, correct? So you need not to put your brain lot into this package JSON, package log JSON, node modules and things like this. Weber Pandey got the answer that it is written in package JSON. I know that there can be a difference that when I'm presenting here and you are answering it, that can be a gap. So consider this. Okay, good answer. So yes, so we need not to put our brain into package JSON and node modules much. We should focus on our application.js, correct? And now I just installed it, and if I just run node app, will that update directly? No, not at all. We have to do one more thing in that. What we have to do, we have to go into package JSON, and in that go into the script things and write one more script at our own that can be start. And in that start you can write node app.js, and now we have to run npm start. What we have to do? Npm start. So whatever script we want to run, we can run through npm. So it should be like it not just npm start, it should be like npm run and then start. It will work. But if you are having a command like start, that can be a default command, so you can directly write npm start, and this will work. But we have to save this file. If there is a dot, that means the file is not saved, so you have to save this file first. And if it is saved, and now if you do npm start, you can see that it is working. And now just jump into the browser, it is there, and I have to cancel a call. It's a blur thing. Whenever getting the call, the camera is going to vibrate. That's okay. So I'm just updating my code here, and instead of this is from the node server updated, I would write this is nodemon. I just save this, and I have saved it, and if I refresh, the path is not updated. This is not at all updated. What was the problem? Can anybody help me? Is the nodemon working or not? My path is not working. Anything that I'm missing here, I just have to know. Nodemon, node. Oh, sorry. I should not write node app.js here. I should write nodemon app.js here, and save it. And now control C and go into the npm start. Correct. And it is watching now. And now just refresh, and you can see this is from nodemon. But if I'm telling it lie, just do it again, and I can see that h1 is not closed. Nodemon restart auto, let's say. So if I just save it, I need not to close this server and restart. I just can come here and refresh it. You can see that this is nodemon restart auto. So this is the way this will help us for the development, and can go into this. I got one answer from Chirag, write nodemon. Perfect answer, Chirag. Congratulations. That is very good. So our session is more on that, how that create the node server. So this is how we actually create the node server. So let's just try one more thing, that is the framework over the node, and that is the Express. Would you like to go ahead? Do you have just tell me into the comments. Should I go and create a couple of API right now for you guys, and can see how the Express JS is working, and how can we communicate from front end to back end, what is the API, how to create the REST API, and what are the things available there. So are you guys interested? Just let me know into the comments, so we can quickly go into the session. Otherwise, that is okay, having this nodes, creating just this node server, and waiting into the comments. I just want to know that how delayed is working. I guess it's going good. Correct. I just want your response, guys. If you want us to start with a simple basic API, I can go ahead. Just tell me into the what would I say, into the comment box. Yes. Okay, so let's just do it. For that, we will of course need a lot of packages. What should we do? Let's just let's just start with this thing. That suppose we have a array that is constants products. Correct. Got this. And products is having nothing, and we want to add a product, and we want to write an API that says if Okay, correct. Thank you, Webhow. If I just write switch switch, and in that I can write request dot path, of course, and I write case here. If I write add, that can be a add product, correct. And if I write here, I can not add a product for now, but yes, of course, I can have id 1 comma title, let's suppose pen, and price that can be 10 rupees, and I can list, or list, let's suppose list the project. So I'm creating a request path, list product, and that will response dot send. In that response dot send, what I can do, I can pass the products, correct, and then I can write the break, and by default I would response dot send, that's the node server homepage, correct. And after that, I'll if I write response dot send, it is automatically saying that response is ended. Okay, so send is something which is sending back to the front end and ending the response as well. So I'm just saving it. It will automatically get restart. If I refresh here, it is not, it is crashed. Okay, why it is crashed? Let's just see. Because response dot send is not a function, it can be done into the express thing. So here what we can write, we can do one thing, that we can response dot write. I'm just telling that how to send data from front end to back end, and I can just do json dot stringify and I can pass products in that, and then I just can response dot end, and response dot end should be a common thing here also, right, correct. And after this we can response dot end. So that response dot send is actually working for the express. Currently we are not doing it, and I should put an enter because this is not part of the default. And let's just try this thing, saving it, and let's see if it is running. Yes, it is running. Let's just refresh it, and you can say, you'll see node server home page, correct, because we have the path, not the list. And if I go here and say slash, save it, and now if I go slash list and enter, so case this is a request dot path. It should be now the path, it should be the path on what, the path, correct. And if I refresh node server from home page, it's going into the default thing. It is not writing this. We have to check what should be the answer. If I do console dot log request dot path, do we have a path or URL? It should be a path or URL. So it is undefined, there is nothing what we call path. If I write URL, yes, there is a URL. So I just save it and retry, and that is also not there because JSON is, oh, it is not JSON, it is JOSN. So we have to correct this. JSON, we just save it, go and refresh, and here what's going on, it's not refreshing. You can see that there is a URL list, and response is writing json.stringify products, and products is actually where is the products, here it is an array, and it is trying to put this, but the thing should not be in default. The response.end should come like this way, and now if I refresh, you can see that the things are coming. So if I put let's suppose multiple things, copy, and again that ID can be 2, and pen can be pencil, and the price can be lower, save it, come here, refresh it, you can see the other things are also coming. Correct. So here we have this things that there is an array available at the backend, you can see, and through response.write we can send the data to the front end. In the next section, in the next session, we're gonna discuss that how to work with the APIs and how to do this CRUD operation that we are discussing here through Express. So the next plan, I would write a comment here like this way. So the next plan is to understand the express and APIs. And what are the APIs? There are CRU and D. So the C stands for create API, and there is a method that we use for creating is post. For the read API is just we have created that as a list kind of thing. For that we'll use get method. For the update we have of course update API, and we're gonna use put method for that. For the delete I would say yes, delete, of course we'll use the delete method. Correct. So these API we gonna entertain into the next session whenever you guys interested. So one thing that I would recommend you guys, that if you are coming so far to this channel, so if you really like this video, you can go ahead into this thing, that is what I would say yeah, you can subscribe this channel for the next session, and you can like, of course, and if you want to tap onto the bell icon, but that won't work much. So bell icon, it's a choice, but yeah, I would request you to subscribe and like in case you like this channel or like this video. There is some expression coming out there, so anything that you guys want to share can come into the chat box. I'm just finishing this thing, and let me have this onto the starting theme. Okay guys, so how often you gonna see this channel, just let me know. So next time we have a better plan, and let's just see that what's going to happen soon. Correct. I want to see the chat box again. Okay, so thank you everyone. This is the great session today, everyone on the chat, and I guess from here I can write this heart and lot of emoticons from here. So yes, so what I've decided to frequently have these sessions on to the weekends. sometime it can be live sessions, and sometime it can be like yeah, sometime it can be live session, and sometime it can be recorded session. I'm getting thank you for the valuable session. Thank you, Rachit. Thank you, Abhav. You guys are very good audience that responding onto the chat, which is actually motivate the speaker to do it more like correct. So I can see that there are still people who are watching it live, and any case that you have any questions in the session, that please ask. Let's just communicate and talk and get it completed right here. And in case if someone want to come onto the screen, just let me know. I can bring him up and can do this. Next session awaited, and this scene, I like this emoticon, power, correct. Yes guys, anything? Okay, so I would recommend you to guys not to have this bell icon tapped. I would frequently add my WhatsApp channel link, so please try to follow that channel. So any kind of update that you want to get from my side, I can easily update it from there, and you'll get it on your fingertips, and which is very easy. So I'll catch you everyone soon into the next week, and the API things, I'll gonna complete that API things into the next session, and we'll have lot more session. And if you really want to learn more about these things, I have some video. Let me comment that video link here for the node, of course. Yes, I'm coming on my video, coming on the Creative Studio. Yes, of course, go into the content. Let me go into the create API get post. Yes, and view on YouTube. Copy the link and post it for you guys here onto the chat box. That's it. So if you want to have a preview of that APIs thing, can go here, and on the live way, if you want to get it done with along with me, so I can of course have one more session on the live. And meanwhile, let's just see. So finally, thank you everyone. This is the great time that I've had on this Sunday. It's a good start. And tomorrow, sir, can you also provide a session about preparation of placement? Very good, very good, very good. Why don't we have a session to get them placed directly instead of preparing? So these all things that you are getting the knowledge, or you are learning any technology, or building any resume. So that all things comes under this session, that is preparation of placement. But of course, yes, we can plan a session. Just get me the audience if there are people to understand, because I want couple of student to come onto the screen and just talk, and I just have to understand that what mentality is there and what views are there, so that I can just resemble their things, that what industry is actually looking for. And preparing for the placement is like something you have to be prepared about the mindset, that what mindset that industry people are having, and what knowledge they are looking for. Because I know that you guys are working hard, but still there are things that are not into the real syllabus. So you are you're learning wrong things, so you have to create the awareness, and which is very important. So yes, preparing for the placement, we for sure have this session, because there's a lot of myth that doing this will reach it, doing this will reach it, but that's not a real truth. And things are very easy. I just if you follow the code.org thing, I just got one post into the morning that there is a lot of job opening vacant into the US for the multiple industry, marketing, schooling, colleges, shoppings, everywhere. So there are a lot of vacancy vacant, and due to this so-called recession thing, currently the job things are getting down, but it's going to come back again. And yes, the industry is wild and can have lot of people, can accommodate a lot of people. So yes, we'll have this session. Let me write into comment for what happened. Let me write into the comment for sure web hub. Thank you so much. Anything else? So I want to apologize for the glitches coming into this live video, because this is the first time that I'm trying, but you guys are very kind, and you help me into the chat box everywhere, and I hope this will get improved soon. Anything else, or we are going to have some cashew in my hands to eat? Nothing. Okay, then nothing. Just closing this. Thank you everyone. Catch you guys soon, please. If you really feel like, you can like the video and share if it is useful to any of your friend. Thank you so much. Thank you guys. See you again into the next video. Thank you.